Good morning, MEP Marcus. It's such a pleasure for me on behalf of Financial Times Chinese to have this interview with you in the European Parliament in Brussels. Such a great pleasure. Thanks a lot for your time. And I would like to talk with you a little bit about the geopolitical shifts on the global level with you and its impact on EU-China relationship in the long run and some economic challenges that we are facing right now. So my first question will go, how do you understand actually the recent geopolitical shifts on the global level, and how do you think it will affect the relationship between the European Union and China?
I think that it's a key question for the future. Of course, we need to look 2 years earlier or 1 year and a half to understand that the world was different. It means, and after the end of the Soviet Union, we lived in a multilateral world and multipolar world, and we need to do all that will be needed to have, I can say the same, but on the same line. It means a multilateral world. So it means that during Soviet Union, we had a bipolar world. We can't have the risk of a unipolar world. It's why it's very important for European Union to have multilateral relations and a multipolar world. So the point is that this is possible if all the partners respect the international rules and the United Nations Charter's principles. So this is the core of our strategy. And this is our main position. It means that when Europe, for example, European Union, we say and we work to have a stronger strategic autonomy, is a strategic autonomy for the economic point of view, but also for peace and in a global world for peace. This is our point. For example, with China, we are members of the Permanent Committee of the United Nations Security Council, and we need both to respect the EU, the United Nations rules. But we have common ambitions, and it's why also we need to work together, for example, on Paris Agreement, on the climate transition, also on health, and on trade relations, where we have strong rules, but sometimes they are not respected. So this is our position, and China must be a partner, an important partner of the European Union.
Oh, thanks a lot for your insight. My second question would be, how do you understand the economic challenges that the EU is facing? And in which way do you think the European Union can cope with these challenges, economically speaking?
So, first of all, I think that after the COVID crisis, European Union understood that we needed to have a European answer, a European reaction, and not different strategies from one member state to another. So we had a common answer, and we create an European fund, Next Generation EU, to finance the economic development and to finance the creation of a resilient economy. And we are doing it. And this means that now European Union is very committed to do the climate transition, the digital transition, to reinforce the social mechanisms, and also to reinforce public service to create a market economy, a social market economy that can deliver and can promote economic growth, promote jobs, promote social cohesion without having nobody behind. So it means that we need to create a new economic environment respecting and integrated everybody. In cohesion societies, this is, of course, this demands a lot of challenges, normally to invest more in innovation, in green industry, and this is now a key tool to promote strategic autonomy. It's where European Union is working. But of course we know that we are not alone in the world, and the European economy have relations, economic relations with different partners. One point is important, is we can't be dependent of only one country for raw materials, for semiconductors, for example, for supply chains. We need to have a strong strategic autonomy, but this does not mean an isolation. It means that we have fair partners with whom we work together.
Okay, thanks a lot for your answer. My third question would be like, right now, still a lot of Chinese companies are very interested in European markets, and they want to invest more here, and they want to develop their European approach. They are already maybe operating in Europe for some while. So do you have some advices for this Chinese company who want to come or who are already there, tips, advices for them?
I can't, how can I say, donner la leçon. It means to explain how they can act. But I think that for us, the relations with the Chinese enterprises, the first point is that EU is an open market. It's not the case with China. China is a very closed market. It means that Chinese enterprises in Europe, they are in a level playing field environment. It's not the case with European enterprises and firms in China. So we need more reciprocity. So this is something, there are a deficit of reciprocity of conditions for European enterprises acting in China or China enterprises acting in Europe. So this is my first point. My second point is that we are different societies, different economies, and as you know, in Europe, we have high-level standards for social, for economic, for environment, for gender balance. This is European standards that we respect. And in production, all the enterprises acting in Europe must respect it. So this means that we need to create fair conditions for competition between Europe and China, having in mind that these standards are very important for European economy.
Yeah, thanks a lot. This is helpful. In the end, before we roll it up, do you have some words for Chinese students or Chinese researchers or other organizations who are willing to do some exchange programs in Europe? Is EU still interested in continuing all this program with the Chinese society, with the civil society?
I think these programs you mentioned are key tools to know better the diversity in the world. We had the same in Europe. It means Erasmus is we say always that students having done Erasmus are the best EU ambassadors, because they could live during one period of time in another society. A Portuguese student going, for example, 6 months to Poland, he or she can understand the diversity. This is something that we have Erasmus Mundus. It means the possibility, already with some countries, the possibility to do this type of exchange, in my view, is very important to know different societies, because this knowledge is a key tool for tolerance or to live with. So it means it's something that it's important. On innovation, it's the same thing. It means it's clear that Europe is working hard to promote innovations, and there are a strong European program, Horizon Europe, that finance these innovations, and to share innovations, for example, on health. It's something that it's important, and it was important during the COVID crisis. So it's why we need to work to work together, respecting, of course, the rules.
Thanks a lot for your insight. I think this is very very insightful for a Chinese audience, also our public around the world. Thanks a lot, MEP Marcus, for your time, and I hope in the future we can have another time to discuss it again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.